Let's just remind our listeners of a question that we have asked on our social media platforms. That is the fan zone question, which goes: which team do you support in the FKF-PL, and do you think they are ready for the 2025-2026 season? Please tell us which team do you support, and do you think they are ready? Are they buying enough? Are they preparing? Are they playing those, pre-season friendlies? As Esbon was telling us earlier on, is Team Shabana Tore Bobe I've already gone to Uganda for pre-season. That shows you a team.
A serious team.
And we have a Shabana Day coming on the 7th of September.
What is it about
for fun
Shabana
engagement.
Day?
Yeah, fun engagement. You see, these are things that I've been calling out for.
Yes.
Fun engagement where fans come together and help the team. Because we're trying to... I think the president gave us a bus, but initially it was for fundraising for a bus so that the players can move comfortably around the country. So... we have a fun day on the 7th. It's called Shabana Day. Hiyo itakuwa holiday, public holiday.
You guys are getting a bus to help you move around, which is very good for Shabana. Now, Kakamega Homeboys.
Yes.
It's a team that for me kind of uses, they get good players, they nurture them, then they sell. They have sold Moses Shuma, who was the top striker, top scorer last season with 17 goals, to Power Dynamos of Bola Yapazet, that is Zambia. Is it good, Esbon, if our league loses its top striker, top scorer?
I think a week or so ago I was checking and I was looking at the top strikers, the top scorers of our league, I think in the last 5 seasons, and almost all of them move immediately after that high scoring season. And Moses Shuma is no exception. You look at his performance last season, and kudos to their coach who has been out at he joined the club when they were the relegation, but I think they were 17th or 18th and moved them to pole position, and they finished, I think, second or third.
That's a third, yes.
And they finished third. So that shows an improvement, but they have lost a key player in Moses Shuma as well as a defender, Eshihanda.
Brian Eshihanda, yes.
Eshihanda also received some shouts of receiving a call-up when he missed the call-up for Chan. I think he's a very solid defender, more important than losing Moses Shuma, because that's a team that nurtures really good talent. And Shimanyula Toto is doing a really good work at Homeboys. I believe losing Eshihanda and Moses Shuma and as well as losing the coach then puts them at a very tough situation coming into the new season.
But Toto knows how to get out of that. For me, I think that Nakwanga he sees a talent somewhere, brings to Kakamega Homeboys, nurture the talent, then anauza pesa ya juu.
So you mean they're in business just like Brighton?
But football is business.
Football is business. It's a big business, and you consider how much they received for Moses Shuma, a figure around 3 to 5 million, which they didn't reveal anyway.
Yes.
But it was rumored to be that amount. I believe it's good business for Shimanyula Toto doing at Kakamega Homeboys. You know, I noted that he has a clubhouse for the players. The players are walali inje. You know, we are facing these problems with our local teams, our female teams to be specific, and seeing what Toto is doing at Kakamega Homeboys is kudos to him. He knows how to maneuver around it, which is good, and I believe next season, though they will struggle, they will still retain their position.
I remember there was a time was it Gormaya or some other local clubs wanted to sign Shuma, and he told them ni 5 million kama mna mwache. So it's like msijaribu ni mtu anajua what he wants, like
he knows is the value of his players, and I think he's doing good business pale Kakamega Homeboys, as I've said earlier.
Yeah, and what you mentioned about movement of players, and sometimes we really need to look at it in the bigger scheme of things. Sometimes it's just about, for a player, it's about chasing the bag.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, and for a club, if you get a good offer for a player, you take it. And for the player, when you get a good offer, a better salary, better compensation and all that, you go. And for him, it's a step as well.
Yeah, because Power Dynamos are playing in the CAF Champions League, which is a step higher. These are powerhouse in their country, Power Dynamos, and I believe that's a good move.
It's a good move. It's a good move for the player.
Now my issue is Emmanuel Osoro, who finished with 15 goals, I believe, last season, also joined the same team, who is a very lethal striker from Talanta.
Yes.
Yeah, from Talanta. So I don't know how will that work out for the two strikers.
That's a good problem to have. For a coach, that is a good
Coaches always
problem.
say that it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have now, but from the perspective of a player, is you are worried if I'll get a starting position over my my counterpart from who we come from the same country.
The competition now.
The competition now becomes stiffer, and then it one of the players I think will ataumia.
Let's look at the APS Bomet promoted team, and they look for me they look like police. Because they have the government backing. The patron is the CS for Interior and National Coordination, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen. They brought in the former Gor Mahia assistant coach Michael Nam as their head coach now. But
that's where the problem starts.
Why?
See, Michael Nam is, I don't know. I think Michael Nam is not as technical as APS Bomet will love so that they can stay in the league. Another thing is they're moving away from their home ground where they've received immense support at the AAF stadium, which is not completed to now. And
so are they going to play at Gusii ama Kericho?
Yeah, we welcome them at Gusii. At a few, of course. But that will really affect their momentum moving into the season.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, the Premier League demands that level of participation from your fans. So that they can push you, they can motivate you. And them moving to Gusii Stadium then now minimizes the number of fans. It reduces the...
Bomet na Kisii ni karibu sana, bro.
Ni karibu, but
like
fans...
2 hours.
2 hours. Not far.
You're looking at it from a distance perspective, not from a money perspective.
You Shabana fans, you travel from Kisii to Mombasa, Kisii to Nairobi to Kisii, wherever Shabana is playing.
We are well oiled.
So I don't think whether Bomet fans will have a problem of traveling to Gusii, but I think I hear you. Now that these are fans who wamezoea support their team at Bomet Stadium. Now to deny them the opportunity to watch their team at home. I wish that stadium ijengwe haraka ndio watumie that home that stadium as their home stadium.
Because when they had a meeting with the Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen, I think the key promise was completion of that perimeter wall, because it's basically a perimeter wall around the pitch, so that it can separate the fans from the players. And that if it could be done, I believe it can be done in weeks. It's not as complicated. Then the APS Bomet can move back to their stadium, which will be very important for their survival. I can make a bold prediction now: APS Bomet will not stay in the league. They will be relegated.
That's bold. Is it bold ama hatred?
It's not hatred. It's
such.
Because see,
they are also very dormant in the transfer market.
They are also dormant in the transfer market. They have signed a coach who, I don't know. I don't have trust in
Michael is an experienced coach in Kenya.
He's an experienced coach, but he has not
the experience he has got at Gor Mahia
as an assistant coach. He has not led a team like fully into events, and I think that lack of experience handling like a proper, now you're the person calling the shots, will bring the momentum down for APS Bomet. I don't think they'll survive the season this
and on that question, I would love to ask something. These teams that are get promoted now, like APS Bomet, you get promoted. Is it ideal, ukikuwa promoted, you sign lots of players, or you first go test the waters and see what you need? Test kwanza, angalia what the league is about, the challenges you get, then now buy what you need.
Now that's another issue, because if you're going into the season, a KPL demands a different type of players. Demands it's a different whole story from the National Super League. The challenge is a bit different. The quality of football is higher. Everything moves a notch higher, and I think you need different type of players who suit that system. And most of the clubs that have been promoted and relegated almost immediately remained with the same players. If you look at Shabana, when they moved to the league, they acquired some very key players that helped them stay. You see, the biggest task for a promoted team
is to stay
for that first season first. Then it becomes easier as you move
because
forward.
We saw last season nani wali struggle sana. Seals.
You saw how much they struggled. It's difficult getting promoted and then remaining with your players. You face a very big challenge. So for me, I believe you try and get some quality players from the league.
So you buy players within the league, experienced players
who have played in the league and understand the league. If you look at, that's what Nairobi United is trying to do. If you look at when Police got promoted, that's what they tried to do. Every team that gets promoted, they try and acquire players who have an experience in playing for the league.
Tusker, who are also known to be winning the Premier League most of the time. they have really brought in new players, and they have really let so many players to go. They have brought in Vincent Otieno from City Stars. Of course, City Stars, we know that has been folded because of the sponsor pulled out, right? After they were
relegated to the NSL. Yes.
Brandon Obiero from Talanta is a goalkeeper. Curtis Wekesa Poster is a midfielder. Dennis Oalo from City Stars, striker. Francis Oduor, KCB defender. Yakin Muteeli from Ulinzi anaitwa aka Temba. Eric Kapaito amerudi from Namungo. Eugene Ikato from Bidco. David Polepole and we ametoka youth team. But they have also released so many of the players. John Junguna, Luke Namanda, David Odoyo, who has gone to Shabana FC, Yusuf Mainge, Lawrence Luvanda, Michael Duor, James Kibande, John Biamukama, Boban Zirintusa, and Diogratias Ojok. All those three, the last three are from Uganda. Yeah. So it's like for them they're balancing. They released many, they add in.
And that's another question now I have. And a problem now I have, I think, also with our clubs.
Yes.
Every end of the season, you release 10, you buy 10. You release 10, you buy 10. How do you build a team?
The same problem is happening to Bidco. I think they have released 14 players. You see, I call Tusker bottlers because last season they almost copied what Arsenal did 2 seasons ago. They are competing with Arsenal in terms of bottling. But then Tusker really have a big challenge because you see they're losing. They will if Ryan Ogam signs for a team from abroad, they're losing one of their key strikers.
And in this list, I've not mentioned Kibwage.
Kibwage is leaving, has left already.
Yes.
So I don't know what Owino is trying to do, Charles Okwere is trying to do at Tusker, because last season he really tried competing for the league. 2-3 games to the end of the season is where he lost it after conceding 7 goals
against Sofapaka, which also raised eyebrows.
Which raised eyebrows. I don't know what happened to that game. You could see his frustration. You could see the frustration from the players. Akina, what's his name? Erambo.
Yes, Chris
was very frustrated during that game. And for me, I don't know if Tusker can really challenge for the title with all these outgoings and new signings. I don't believe in a team doing all this business because the turnover is quite ni watu wengi sana wametoka unaona, and then you're bringing in new people
because it's like you're rebuilding and rebuilding every season.
You're always rebuilding, so I don't think that will work for them. I don't think even they'll finish top 5 this season.
I don't know for you Kwanya, in this Tusker innings, any player that stands out for you?
The ones they've added.
Yes.
For me, I think Tusker just looked at bringing back Paito. I think is a known goal scorer, so it's a good adding for them going into the new season. But I agree with what Esbon is saying. Bringing in new players, many of them. You can bring 1 or 2 or 3, but bringing more over 10, it kind of doesn't sit well. But coach ni mtu professional like what he's doing, right?
Wewe una cafe. But then Hilda has asked a question. There is a striker called David Polepole.
Yes.
He has played some few games this season when Ryan Ogam was injured, and he has a number of goals this season. I don't know how much to be precise, but then he's a player to watch for the season, and he's been promoted from the youth league. He's quite young, and I think he will fit the shoe of Ryan Ogam when he leaves.
Ama ikuwe understudy of Ogam.
Ama ikuwe understudy. Hata wa
Kapaito, yes, of course, yeah.
Who was here, by the way.
Do you think Tusker should sell Ogam now?
I think it's his time to leave.
What tengeneze do?
Ukikumbuka January Ogam alikuwa, December January Ogam alikuwa nafaa kuenda. I think he was going to Algiers in Tunisia.
Yes, Algiers,
yeah.
And that move failed, and it really affected him mentally, and after that a week or 2 he got an injury. So I think it's time. Let the boy go and flourish outside and shine for us, because he's a very important player for the national team moving forward.
All right. Ingwe have not sijaona Ingwe wakiwa very active in the market so far, but we know that Lewis Bandi has left for Gor Mahia, and there are 2 players that have been elevated from the youth team, that is Jamal Obeid and Deng Kang. So for Ingwe, losing Bandi, who was their MVP last season and also the best defender last season to arch rivals, I think Bandi left Ingwe not because he wanted a bigger platform, but I think because of the pocket.
True. FC Leopards have been having some issues in terms of finances, paying their players. There was a moment during last season, I think February, where they paid their players only 15,000 a month. via M-Pesa, unalipwa na M-Pesa for a professional club that plays for the league. I think that was the moment where they lost some of their key players and the momentum of the team as well, because during that period they only won, I think, a single match in 2 months, if I'm not wrong. So I think Lewis Bandi moving to Gor Mahia, as you have said, it's clearly because of the pocket.
Let's talk about Police. Police are the champions, and to whom much is given, much is expected, right? And now, by winning the league, they are qualified for CAF Champions League, and they should be playing a team from Mogadishu called Mogadishu City Club in the CAF Champions League. And then after that, if they knock out Mogadishu City Club, they will place Jamus FC or South Sudan, right? Then Sudan's Al Hilal. So they've really released so many players. One of them is Muguna Kenneth, who has gone to Township Rollers of Botswana. Bajaber to Simba,
the big one.
That was a big one and a shocker.
Yeah.
Na surprising la kukaa Police sana.
Akuka
Almost
6 months.
Almost 6 months. Not even full season.
In January.
Yes, not even the entire season.
Is that good by the...
Then of course they also let go of David Irishura, yes. Then of course Kachi, Francis Kahata, Tim Oyanda, Taiso Otieno, Jesse Jackson Were, and Duncan Otieno aka Danko. But surprisingly they are not also active in buyings. Wanafikiria nini?
You know,
are they do they look like a team that is going to be competing in the Champions League really?
Other than their coach, I don't think they stand a chance in the to reach the group stages of the CAF Champions League.
Yes.
They are not doing any business. They've released some key players in Muguna, in Kachi, who we know has a wealth of experience playing for the Champions League. Tyson Otieno is a very creative midfielder. Jesse Were, who he only featured in one game, I think, the whole of the season, which I don't know why they signed him. But then they have no addition so far, and I don't think they're doing business the right way, because then the CAF Champions League demands a lot. You have seen from Gor Mahia, who have been there quite a number of times and have fallen out at the second stage or the preliminary or the first stage. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's quite underwhelming to see how they're performing during this transfer window.
But you could say for them they have an advantage because they are not playing teams from the North African side, because Gor Mahia every now and then, kama si RS Bekane, kama si Al Ahly, kama si Zamalek, for them you can say they are lucky.
But still CAF Champions League, any team ukikaa sijui haje, unachapwa. And it's very, as you said, it's very, very important when you go for, that's a bigger challenge. That's continental football. You need to have a squad ready for continental football. So when you are not buying players, squad inakuwa thin.
And then another thing ni hatujaona wakiingia pre-season, it's I don't know what they're planning, but then tunafaa kuona wako pre-season preparing for that tough challenge, because it's not as easy as Hilda said. It's not as easy as maybe you can say the league here. This is a whole different challenge that's very tough for them. This is their first time.
Their first time actually in the CAF Champions League.
If Gor Mahia have played for that tournament for quite some time and they did as badly as they did.
I like how in every sentence I like in every sentence you make there has to be a Gor Mahia.
No.
Wow, if you are big, you are big.
What's big about Gor Mahia?
21 champions. 21 titles. Now, Nairobi United, newly promoted, they won the NSL. Then they came and they won the cup
against
Gor Mahia, against all the odds. I don't know. They are playing a team called NEC, from Uganda, and the NEC is not an easy team because walimaliza number 3 last season in the Ugandan Premier League. Looking at Nairobi United, with the kind of sponsorship we are looking at from them, are they a team? And even watching them last season, I think most of us watched them in that game against Gor Mahia, or even the cup in their journey to in the cup. Do you think they're a team that looks ready to compete in the CAF Confed Cup?
No, this is a team that is ready. It's not looking ready. It is ready. You can see from their additions, they have added some really quality experience. They have an experienced coach in Muyoti who is really experienced in the league. He has been with teams that have traveled to Champions League and Confederation Cups. I think this is a team that is ready. You can see from the sponsorship from the Johnson Sakaja Foundation, he has given players some really good bonuses for winning the
motivation.
Yeah, and they've always talked about it, you see. It's the motivation that matters, you see.
Pesa ni sabuni ya roho.
Ukiangalia our Harambee Stars vile wameperform,
Yes.
it all boils down to motivation, and Nairobi United is a well motivated team from the governor himself. I think this is a team that's well prepared against NEC of Uganda, which is also a solid team. I think they'll get a win.
That's also bold.
That's very bold.
They brought in a defender from AS Kigali called Prince Buregeya, and of course Shami Kibwana from Tusker. And Shami Kibwana had worked with Nicholas Muyoti before at Homeboys. Then we have Bernard Jairo, who was left from Sharks. Ernest Mohamed is a Ghanaian, and Chris Opondo and David Wafula. So for them, they look like a team that you can say can put a fight when it comes to the CAF Confederations Cup. And of course, I want to see them do well in the CAF Confederations Cup. They're making their debut, and as Ilda was saying, intercontinental football is always very tough for most teams because a lot is involved. But I want to see them how they're going to play in the Premier League. If they can, if they can stabilize the way you guys were saying that if you're promoted, just make sure work hard so that you don't get relegated immediately. So if they do, and of course Nicholas Muyoti is a very experienced coach. He knows what it entails to be in this league. So if he can try as much as possible to avoid relegation in their first season, the same way Shabana, Muranga still have done, I think it will be a success for me. But to start saying that waende wanganganie league na the likes of Police, Gor Mahia, who have already are established clubs in the league, I think that's too soon.
Yeah.
But then you see, they're replacing. Are they replacing Simba wa Nairobi?
Looks like, yeah.
Because they're now yeah. They're replacing Simba wa Nairobi.
But Simba wa Nairobi ni moja, hata kama Simba wa Nairobi ni moja.
You know, it's very
Nairobi
sad, you know.
That's interesting.
But it's sad that we are not going to have City Stars anymore in our league.
Because that's a team from my home. Hiyo ni team ya mtaa.
Na ilikuwa a very boggy team when they're playing Gor Mahia. I don't know.
You used to sleep. You remember the game you lost at Dagudandora?
Yes.
You were around?
Not really.
That was pure.
But they're always a very boggy team when they're playing Gor Mahia. I am going to miss that.
True.
Yeah, so but it's sad that they folded. As we finish, the fixtures were released, right? And looking at those games that are coming up, for the first the first 5, Shabana ni kama mko na some tough games mkianza. PS Bomet, Bandari, Tusker, Posta, Mathare. Nani huyu anataki Shabana?
This is your level of tough.
But you're playing Tusker, you're playing PS Bomet.
Easy ni point. Unajua kwanza PS Bomet they're coming home.
Wanakuja
Gusi. Hapo wapatokengi point. You can
point
ask FC Leopards. Yeah, we are very sure of 6 points from APS Bomet. And then Bandari, it depends if you're at home or away. But then I see a winner against Bandari. Tusker now is where
ngumu, sema tu ni ngumu.
Ndio ngumu, hapo ndio kizungumkuti. And also Posta because our former coach Otima Njums is there. And then Mathare will get a win. That's sure. So it's not as tough as you say.
Kogalo are starting with Bidco, Sofapaka, KCB, APS Bomet, Posta, Mathare. That should be easy for Gor Mahia. I just see Gor Mahia winning those first 6 games.
With the type of additions you guys have made.
And we have a new coach, Charles Akano.
He's come with his technical bench. So
I love that, by the way.
Yes, everything.
What did you say Zeko was doing to the Sinisa Mihic?
Paka analyst. I saw you also have an analyst.
That shows some professionalism with these call them foreign coaches, right? Because do you think in Kenya we have like Kwanya as a coach and he has his own, backroom stuff that he moves around with everywhere he goes?
I don't think even Kenyan clubs allow that, because then that adds to the budget of signing a new coach. Because you have seen with what has happened to the Ghanaian who has joined Gor Mahia. He's come in with his technical
assistant coach, video analyst,
analysts
from the Adi team doctor wamechange, I think.
But so
it was a clean out. By the at Gor Mahia, it was really a clean out,
which is
of
impressive.
The
but that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Because then you remember what we used to accuse Zico of doing is
undermining.
He's undermining the coach. Kuna term.
Those were rumors.
Yeah, those were rumors.
Not
but
confirmed.
Then, we know what coaches can do. Hata mimi ukikuja and then you are they bring you in and then they move in.
Yeah, you'll feel a certain type of
there's
way.
There's a certain type of way you'll feel, and then hao ni wase wa home. Naweza ongelesha sheng niwaambie cheki umse aende home, sawa. And that's how they do it. So they bring that intimidation, as Hilda said. And for me, moving with your backroom staff,
it's a very good thing,
and that's how we should be associating our coaches with our local coaches.
Yes.
Create your backroom staff who understand your philosophy, who understand your type of play, and then when you're
who understand hata uki kama
and then you're
kama
all
uko fit
on the same page. You're on the same page.
anajua an understand jogi yako.
And I think when as we finalize,
yes,
I think
please.
for me a very, very important question that we've been talking about on X for the longest. Do corporate teams add value to the league?
A good question that needs a whole hour.
I just would love to get your thoughts. Ama we do the next time we do
personally,
the KPL,
if you want an answer sahi,
yeah.
me I think football is local. We just need community clubs.
Just community.
I think we need
and then the
community
corporates now sponsor the
corporate
community
should
clubs.
to
support
sponsor
these community
and
clubs.
the community clubs.
Because even if you look at the corporate clubs we have in Kenya, if it's only Tusker that kind of wins the title, wins the league, the rest of the guys are just mid-table teams.
The
right?
others are not adding any value. You can
Wanajaza.
see Bandari.
I won't say they're not adding any value, but
KCB,
if,
they're not adding any value. Say it as it is. They're not adding any value. They're just giving points all over.
truth be told, I think we need community clubs. If we have a club from Wajir, we have a club from Meru, we have a club from right now we have APS Bomet that has a very good support from the Bomet people around there. And now we have Shabana from the other side. That's what we need. That's what football need. I wish even Mara Sugar had such kind of backing, right? So for me, as they say in politics is local, football is also local.
True. I think we are all in agreement that I don't think they are helping us in any way, the corporate clubs. It's for football to be localized into our local regions or local whatever.
Yes.
Hata za mtaa. And then now the corporate come in
And then they
the
just
cash.
bring the money
Yeah,
and
they bring in
support
the money
those,
and support
those
these
clubs.
clubs.
Yeah.
Because we are looking at a team like KCB, they have never won the league. They are just flower girls in the league moving around.
They enjoy sitting
with
pretty
their
in the middle
12
table,
fans.
right? Like last season walimaliza number 9.
But
So
they're
walikuwa
always-
mid.
They're always doing the things the right way because they have already launched their jerseys for this season.
Yeah, and then for
The
most
only
of these
team.
clubs, it's more or less their CSR than anything else.
True.
It's more or less easy teams ni CSR, corporate, organization.
They're not
flani.
like fully focused.
Yeah,
towards
because
the
one
team.
day they'll just and like there's no more money for CSR.
And
They
fold.
just disband and fold and go.
Yes, I know when we talk about clubs
And that's
being
a good conversation. We will continue that conversation.
clubs being corporate ama clubs being community, we'll talk here all day long. Now Esbon, looking into, I know bado tutakuwa hapa tukiongea about the Premier League because we still like 3 weeks to the start of the league, but what are you expecting in the new season when it starts?
I think from the quality we have witnessed from Chan, we know that there's quality in our league.
Absolutely.
So the first thing is the level of football moving now a notch higher because now the players know that I got to get that call up for the national team. So the quality will improve. That's 1. 2, I expect Shabana to win the league.
Just expect.
Yeah. No,
expect.
It's happening by the way.
Continue expecting.
Alafu on the 7th of September, as I've said,
Yes.
mimi na wewe na kubeba na Hilda tunaenda Kisii. Si mtalala kwetu. Don't.
By the way, yeah, we are already sorted.
Yeah, we already sorted.
All right. So thanks so much, Esbon, for accompanying us here on SportyFM 105.0 FM in Nairobi and of course 107.3. We were discussing our league, FKF-PL, and